Okay. So the post got a lot more attention than I thought it would, so it's a little harder for me to help out each person individually. So I decided to make this in another format as an Excel spreadsheet because it's a lot easier to customize than it is to go through and edit a Word document. Um, Cons, the Word document looks prettier. Pros, this is a lot easier to edit. So, make your choice what you'd like to do. Um, and so anyway, I'll show you how to use it. So if you've used Excel a lot, then I've put formulae in the time boxes that aren't yellow. And so the yellow ones are the ones you edit and they'll affect the rest. If you haven't used Excel a lot, follow along with me. So a lot of people said that there's no way in heck they were going to wake up at, I've never said in heck before, but I was like, it's the internet. Anyway, there's no way that people are going to wake up at 7:30 in the morning. So someone said, like, I would much prefer to wake up at 9:30. So they're going to say, like, okay, let's change this to 9:30 a.m. And you'll see that it shifts all of the times after that. So instead of you having to go through and type all of the times, it automatically shifts. And then some people said it's going to take me a lot longer than 2 minutes to get out of bed. So you're like, okay, maybe it's going to take me 15 minutes to get out of bed, pressing snooze 7 or 8 times. So you can just change the duration from 2 minutes to 15 minutes. The only caveat is that it needs to be in the hours:minutes format. So you would type in 0:15 for 15 minutes, and then it shifts everything after that. And so anything that's yellow is something that you can edit. These white ones here have the formulae in them that allow it to automatically change. If you changed it or deleted it, say like that, it will throw off the ones afterwards. And I'm going to show you a little later how to put those back in. But if you just want to do this the easy way, you just hit undo or use a keyboard shortcut to undo. And then it's like it never happened. Hooray! So then someone said, okay, I have to do my tasks for longer and I can focus for longer than that. So maybe you change these again, maybe we'll change this to 40 minutes and it shifts everything accordingly. Or maybe someone said, I have to start my workday earlier and continue longer. So let's say, okay, maybe you start your workday at 7 a.m. and it doesn't take you 15 minutes to get out of bed. So you see here, you can start really customizing this to be exactly the way you want. And you're like, okay, but it's going to take me maybe half an hour to eat breakfast. So you can kind of go through and plan all of this, and it will update all of these start and end times for you automatically. And then that person who said they had more tasks to do, maybe they're like, okay, I'm going to change this to like a short break here. And then I'm going to do another task after that. And then another task after that, and then another task after that. And then I'm going to make and eat dinner or what have you. So you can write in what you need to do. And then let's say this task is going to take you, we'll make a 45-minute block. And then you realize like, oh, actually, maybe I also want to break. So, or whatever, you say, okay, break, task, make and eat dinner. And so your break, you put in like, okay, 10 minutes. Task, you can put in like, okay, I'm going to do an hour-long task here. So you can just really keep going and filling this in. If you get to the point where you have like kind of surpassed the limit here that I put at the bottom, I just kind of figured there'd be enough space for most things. But if, let's say you filled all this in, and you want to add in something else, and you add in like a half-hour period here, and the times don't update, all you have to do is click on this and drag downwards and click on this and use that little corner that green square in the corner to drag downwards. And you'll notice that then your times will keep updating. You could do that for as long as you want, add in as many tasks as you want, schedule your whole life out if you like. And then when you put in your duration, it will just update from there. If you realize you're like, oh man, I want to keep this exactly the way it is, but I need to add a step in, that's a little bit more complicated, but I can show you how to do that. So someone said they need to get their kids out of bed after they get out of bed. So if you wanted to actually like write that in, schedule that in, you can right click here and hit insert, and then you're going to put in a row. So if you do that, get kids out of bed, and you say that's going to take me 10 minutes. And the only problem is that we've now disrupted those formulae that I mentioned. So I'm going to show you how to write it. So this one right here, what I did was for the start times, I just used the previous end time as the same start time. So you write in equals, and then you click on the previous end time. When you hit enter, it will say, so like if we start this at 7, end at 7:05, now my new start time for my next activity is 7:05. You'll notice that there's a little alert here. Yours may or may not have an alert. If it does have an alert, it's super easy. It tells you there's an inconsistent formula. You hit copy formula from above and it would fix everything. Like, oh, well, almost. Hang on to that thought. Okay, we'll hang on to that for a second. And then for this one, if you look at this, what I did was I said, I'm going to take A4, which is my start time, and I'm going to add in C4, which is the duration. So you're going to do the same thing here. You're going to say, you have to put in equals first, and then you click on the start time, and you type in a plus sign, and then you click on the duration you want, and you hit enter, and it now has the appropriate times. However, like I mentioned, that is now an inconsistent formula. It's got that little notice here. If yours has a notice, super easy, hit copy formula from above and it fixes everything. If yours did not have a notice, then all you have to do is take this little arrow or this little green box in the corner from the cell you fixed and just drag downwards, and it will copy the formula down so that it's getting the correct spots. If like yours, like mine just did, gets the wrong color, you can just use your fill color tool to change it back to the correct color if it bothers you. So yeah, that shows you how to change your start time. Maybe you want to wake up at 1 p.m. and do everything there. And it would just shift everything. Maybe you want to add something or change the duration. Maybe it takes you more than 20 minutes to shower and brush your teeth, so you add yourself a little bit more time, and you can customize it like that. So anyway, I hope this was helpful. Good luck to everyone, and this is what I'm using my side thoughts and relaxation time for, because it's what I'm currently focused on. So if you have any more questions or if anyone needs any more help, let me know. I've got lots of free time now because I'm home and my job has been canceled for the moment. So hope this is helpful.